Hi everyone, this is Jennifer Palfini, your Pampered Chef Independent Consultant, coming to you live here today from Reno, Nevada. Jenna was here in Reno, so that wasn't that big of an announcement, but we are going to make today something I think is a great festive dish. I'm just watching my daughter get by the camera over here. Adriana, can you please get down? Can you get down, please? I'm going to make today something that I think would be really great for the holidays for you all, and actually every day because it's super easy to make, and it is really festive in nature, and it's called a Dutch baby. I've actually never made one before, so this is going to be my first time making it, and it's really simple to make. The ingredients are stuff you probably have in your pantry: eggs, milk, sugar, vanilla, salt, flour, butter, and then some whipping cream and some fruit to top it with. So really easy. It's a gorgeous looking kind of a dish that would be great for, like I said, fun for every day and also for the holidays. And pretty easy too, because we're going to make it in our cast iron, and it's going to go right in the oven. So we're going to put that together in a few minutes here. So, but before I get started on that, I just wanted to talk about the holiday special we have going on right now with Pampered Chef. We have bundles of 3 for $25. And what's great about these bundles is these products typically, for $25. Typically these products are between $10 and $11 each. And now we're bundling them for 3 for $25. So what we have in the bundles are 3 teak corner spoons. Okay, you guys, I don't know if you have wood cookware in your home, wood utensils in your home, but I do, and all my wood utensils are just ruined. They've either frayed or had sharp edges or have gotten ruined. Our teak with Pampered Chef is absolutely gorgeous. What I love about it is it's a very beautiful design, very like ornate looking handle. Every piece is individual since it is made out of teak, and it's a nice size. Like, you could grab onto it. There's plenty of room for your hand, whether your hand's big or small on it, and it's just a gorgeous piece. So 3 of these corner spoons are $25, and that's just until December 12th this special goes on. So let me tell you about that, okay? The next thing we have on special, which I use these every single day in my kitchen as well, are the adjustable measuring spoons. There's a teaspoon and a tablespoon, and their measurements go from the teaspoon from 1 teaspoon to 1/8 of a teaspoon. And it has this nice divider here, so as you push it up, it guides along where to fill whatever it is that you're filling, so you don't get too much or too little, which is perfect. And then the tablespoon goes and it's the same design, 1 tablespoon to 1 teaspoon. And these are just a great, you throw them in the dishwasher. They come apart easy like this to clean, and they just give you great measurements. And instead of having a whole set of measuring spoons, you've got 2, which I love that too, because it saves all that extra clanging in the drawer going on and taking up more space. So these also are 3 sets for $25. So that's sets, 3 sets for $25, okay? The next thing we have, which is great too, Adriana and I were using these the other day to have hot chocolate by the fireplace and watch Christmas movies, are stainless, our metal straws, and they have a nice bend in them. So they're actually perfect for the little ones too, because the bend's already there. And they come in a nice bag, so you could just toss a ribbon on them and stuff them in a stocking so easily. And these are also 3 for $25. So we've got the metal drinking straws with the bend in them, which are great, 3 for $25. 3 sets for $25. We've got the adjustable measuring spoons, 3 sets for $25. And then we've got the corner spoon, 3 individual spoons for $25. So again, these prices are lower than they usually are as sets. I think about this, like, if I didn't have these things for myself, which I have bought them all for myself already, I would say keep one for yourself and gift the other 2, because they're perfect. They're great for your teachers, your clients, your coaches, your grocery store clerk that you just love that's been there for you during this really difficult year. Family, friends, last minute hostess gifts. I mean, these are just great to have around. Actually brings me to mind of a memory that I have that I would like to share with you, because I think the holidays is all about sharing our memories. My mother-in-law, she passed away 4 years ago now on Thanksgiving. And I get emotional when I talk about this. And when we were going through all of her things, she was always a huge holiday person. So we have a lot of our holiday things here in the house, actually. And one of the things is one of the things I love, which is this tree, and it lights up luminescent when it's lit, and it's just really beautiful. And the Santa Claus is hers too, and it's beautiful. And all this, some of the stack of these homemade crochet items are hers too, that we've taken along with us. But what I really love, what I really was really blown away by with something that she did that I haven't started to do yet, but it's on my list of things to do, was she, in her closet, we found a list and all these things that she had bought through the course of the year. And she had done inventory on all the things that she wanted to have available for hostess gifts, last minute gifts, holiday gifts. And she had a list of everything that she had. And I just thought, like, when I think about things like this to have around, that's what I think about. I think about, wow, I should just buy some, have my list, know what I have, know what I could grab. And anyway, that's a really, really emotional memory for me, because when we found that list, we realized that she had all these things that she had planned, to give, and a lot of them she had given away, but she had them like crossed out when she would give one away, and it was just a really beautiful thing. So it's always nice to be prepared and ready, because you never know when you're going to get a last minute gift. So these are just really great gifts that you could pass along, you could keep for yourself, or you could put in stockings and give away, and really make someone's day. So okay, that's that. So that's my little Christmas story memory of the day. I didn't plan on talking about that. I didn't plan on getting so emotional, but here we are. That's what the holidays does to us, right? It gets us in this other space of in our minds. Okay, so I'm just going to adjust that so we can get started here. So, the other thing for Pampered Chef too, for holiday shopping, the deadline for delivery by December 23rd, which is in time for Christmas, is December 12th. Pampered Chef has 5 days of shipping right now. Some of my guests are getting their shipments within 3 to 5 days. So you have plenty of time to get stuff for the holidays. So with that said, let's go ahead. Someone just made a comment. Let me just catch up with that. I got my iPad here so I could see. Oops. Let me get out of here. It's so confusing when you're doing this live. I can't see the comments. I'm trying to see the comments. Oh, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. My mom's here. I love when my mom comes. Speaking about moms, my mom always decorated the house. So my mom's on today watching. So shout out to you, Mom. Well, I just talked about my husband's mom, who's no longer with us. My mom always made our house so cozy for the holidays, and my mom's like such a Christmas person. Actually thought about you this morning, Mom, and I was gonna wear my Santa hat, but I totally forgot in the midst of getting ready this morning to go grab my Santa hat. My mom always wears like a Christmas hat during the holidays. She wears it like all holiday long, wherever she goes, and she's just like the cutest mom ever when she wears it. I just love it, and I miss my mom a lot because I haven't seen her now. Since the pandemic hit. So I'm very emotional today, you guys. I didn't plan on being so emotional. Okay, so the holidays make me very emotional. And the other thing I wanted to share that's really another emotional thing for me is one of my most treasured things I have in my kitchen, which is a lot of my inspiration for being in the kitchen and cooking and stuff like that. Besides, the story I told you about the Pampered, the handy scraper, actually comes from my grandmother. And this is my grandmother's rolling pin. It is one of my most treasured items that I own. I don't have a lot of pass downs for my family. We're not big savers in our family. And so we haven't had a lot of things that we, pass down, from person to person. But this is especially important to me because this brings back memories of being with my grandmother in the kitchen. And my grandmother was Slovakian, Czechoslovakian, Slovakian, combination with my grandpa and my grandma. My grandpa I never met. He passed away before I was born. But she would make kolaczkis with this and pierogies with this and her kukens with this. And every time I see this rolling pin, and I have it in my kitchen, always in my corner of my kitchen, as like almost like a display item because it's just such a heartful thing to me, and it just reminds me of everything that I love. about family and everything that I love about the holidays and everything I love about keeping those memories alive, with things that you have in your kitchen that you want to pass down. And I hope that my daughter is going to pass down some of the things I have in my kitchen that I treasure, and and things like that. So when you think about your kitchen and you think about what you put in your kitchen, I think about what I invested in my kitchen and what I can, and what I will keep for a long time, and what hopefully someday she'll want, to take from my kitchen. So anyway, the rolling pin is it's a beautiful memory for me too. Okay, let's get on to cooking. All right, so we are going to make a Dutch baby today, and first of all, we're going to make this in something that I hope is going to be a generational passed down item for me, because it's my first time I've ever owned it, is cast iron. So let me just tell you a little bit about Pampered Chef's cast iron. So Pampered Chef's cast iron is pre-seasoned. It can go on the stovetop, the oven, or the grill. So hey, if you've got a barbecuer in your life, or a man that loves the grill, or a woman that loves the grill, because we know women love the grill too. In fact, my other sister, Becky, is always cooking on the grill. Her and her husband both love the grill. This is great for that, because you can actually cook on this on the grill. It's cast iron. You can go through anything. It doesn't, but you can't let water stay on it for long, because it will change color and rust. So you always need to make sure to keep it dry. But when you're cooking on it, stovetop, oven, grill top, fantastic for that. What is special about Pampered Chef's cast iron are a couple things. One are, we've got these nice small handles, so you're not banging yourself into the stove and taking up a lot of space. Stove or oven to take a lot of space. It is a nice space saver piece. The coating on the cast iron is non-stick. So what that means is, you guys, I have taken this cast iron stuff out of the oven and I flipped it like this, and it pops right up. You'd be surprised. And I've done it with egg casseroles, and I've done it with something else I did it with. Yeah. And so it was like, I can't believe you can just like pop it up like that, but you can, because of the non-stick coating. And it's not a non-stick piece of cookware. It's a non-stick coating, so that's different, okay? So this is much more robust with the high temperatures and all that than our non-stick cookware is. So, which is great too for different reasons. So also it has a nice pour spout here. So when you tip it, you can actually pour from that little area. And then finally, it's pre-seasoned. Did I say it was pre-seasoned already? I can't remember. It's pre-seasoned, so you don't have to season it. Now, to maintain and keep your cast iron looking gorgeous and new, it's so simple, you guys. And I'll admit it, I did not want cast iron, and I actually won my cast iron through sales. I won a 10-inch and a 12-inch. This right here is the 10-inch. And I wanted to get something else, but in the middle of the summer, Pampered Chef had production issues with cast iron, so I couldn't get cast iron, and I didn't want it. But then I started cooking in it, and I was like, oh my gosh, why did I not have it? And I will tell you this, I have a whole cabinet full of Le Creuset that I love, which is for the most part enamel cast iron, but my couple of real cast iron pieces I have are just atrocious to clean. It takes a long time to clean. It's hard to get surfaces off of them. And the thing about our cast iron is that with just hot water and a pan scraper, I always have my pan scraper right here by my sink, because I discovered that when I got a pan scraper with my first pizza stone, I threw it away because I didn't know what it was and I didn't care about it. I threw it away with the box. Don't throw these away. These are amazing. You could just scrape everything off just like that. Wash it with hot water, and you're good to go for the next time. So again, cast iron they come in a set of the 10-inch and the 12-inch, and then they also come separate, a 10-inch or a 12-inch. Oh, Mom, you made bacon in your cast iron. Nice. Bridget, I know you guys love it. You guys are always cooking your cast iron. So I recommend, like, if you're a bigger family, get a 12-inch, but also the 10-inch is really great for, couples, making smaller dishes. I've made entire meals in my cast iron, including the vegetables with a steak or a ribeye. Just cooked it on the oven like that. It's got a nice sizzle and pop when you cook it at high temperatures, which is great because you get the best sear, you get the best charring that you want. You just get and you get a beautiful inside. So that is why I love cast iron, and I'm a total cast iron convert, you guys. Like, I did not want this thing in my house. I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be such a pain to clean. It's gonna be so awful to use. It's gonna be so hard. And it turns out to be just a gorgeous thing. So after you clean it, with only hot water, never soap, you guys, okay? Hot water, pan scraper, you dry it completely, and then what I do is I just pop it on my oven, on my stovetop, and I heat it up for a couple of minutes so everything gets completely dry. And then I take simply some vegetable or canola oil, whatever I have around, on a paper towel and just wipe it around here. And that's how you keep that beautiful, the beautiful color. And everything, like I said, comes off. It doesn't stick. So it just looks like your pan's always looking like new. Over time, you might need to treat it, but there's ways to handle that too. And Pampered Chef has a lot of guidance and videos on that too that I'll share with you later today so you could get the scoop on that. Okay, so for our cast iron, let's get this cooking or we're not gonna have it done in time. I never have a plan of what I'm gonna say, it just sort of comes to me. I kind of feel like that too comes from my grandma because my grandma never had recipes that she would look at. They were kind of always in her head, or if they were written down, she didn't really need them. She would just like look at them for like, oh yeah, you know, that's what I need to get next. But they were in her head, and so I became a person in the kitchen like that. Where, true story, I was in San Francisco one night. I got home really late. You can imagine the condition I was in. And I wanted to make some pasta. And this is before I really started cooking. So this is like in my mid-30s. Up until then, I was just an atrocious cook. I was not good at it. I didn't enjoy it. I had this image in my head that I shouldn't cook. I don't know why. But just this one thing happened this one day. And I'll never forget it. I was in my kitchen in San Francisco. I was living in a building with two other girls that I knew, and I got home from the bar late, and all of a sudden, I just started rummaging into cabinets, grabbing things, and I made this incredible pasta dish, and I couldn't even tell you how I did it. I don't even remember how I did it for a lot of reasons, but that became the way that I became introduced into loving the kitchen. And when I was doing it, and I'll never forget this moment, I was thinking about my grandmother. And the image I had was my grandmother used to just always go through the cabinets like this and grab this and grab that and then put this in and put this in. And I had no idea what she was doing most of the time, but she always got a wonderful result. And I felt like that day was when my grandmother's spirit was inside of me. And I take that memory with me, like I take this rolling pin with me, because those memories I have of spending all that time in the kitchen with her as a little girl, because I was always at my grandmother's house, like on the weekends or during the week, I would stay there, and watching her cook really inspired me in a way I could never be able to truly communicate or explain other than how I just did. So it's a beautiful memory for me, and it certainly is how I love to cook. That's why I have a hard time following recipes. I have a hard time following instructions, and a hard time paying attention to when I cook, because I just go do it. It's more a feeling than it is a process for me. So I am trying to learn more about process and about following recipes, because I know that helps you out, and I know that's how a lot of people learn how to cook, and we've got to learn the basics. So let's go ahead with the Dutch baby for the fourth time. So we're going to start off with placing the 10-inch cast iron into the oven and preheat it to 425 degrees. So we're going to pop this right in the oven, and we're going to turn our oven on to 425. And so what we're going to do is we're preheating up that cast iron. So it's going to be nice and warm. And we're going to take it out of the oven in a few minutes once we've got our mix together, and throw some butter on it and swirl it around, and then get everything into the oven to cook. That's how easy this is going to be today, you guys. Let me see if there's any other comments. Okay, I see my mom and my sister. Thanks, guys, for joining. Okay, so next we're going to take our eggs. Okay, so now here is one wonderful thing I love, products that I love that I'm going to go over today that also are great holiday gift giving ideas. So we have these 1-cup prep bowls, which one of my client host friends is like, she's just amazing at prep, and it's obviously not my forte, as you know, but I'm learning. And one of the ways I'm learning are these 1-cup prep cups. They are fantastic for getting yourselves organized when you're not super organized, and getting things all ready to go that are already pre-measured out, so that you know what you need to be doing, and you can just dump stuff in really easily. They have nice lids on them. We sell prep cups in 1-cup, 2-cup, and 3-cup options. The 1-cup is 6. One of them actually is in the freezer right now, I think, refrigerator right now. I'm always counting my prep cups. I feel like there's always one missing. So 6, okay? They come in a set of 6. Great holiday tip giving idea. Buy these prep cups. Fill them up with candies, chocolates, or hot chocolate, or any kind of like fun apple cider mix that you can make. Wrap them up in a bow, and they're a great gift-giving item because I'm telling you, anybody you give to these for their kitchen is going to love you for it because they're going to use these all the time. Dishwasher safe lid, dishwasher safe bowl is just perfect to have. So anyway, given that, I pre-measured out my stuff last night, trying to be an organized girl that I'm not. And so what we're going to start out with is we are going to start out with putting our eggs in here. So we have 3 eggs. I've already cracked my eggs and put them in here, so it's ready to go. So we're going to take our eggs and then milk. And for milk, we're going to use half a cup of milk. So, and also the thing about these prep bowls is they have measurements right on them. Yeah. So we already measure out a half a cup. Let me just make sure when I did this last night, I did the right amount. Yep. Okay, half a cup of milk. Okay. And then we're going to take our sugar. And our sugar's already measured out too. And our salt. I put the sugar and the salt already in here, so that's ready to go. And milk, sugar, vanilla, and our vanilla. We'll measure out our vanilla. For our vanilla, we need, for sugar, you need a tablespoon, and for salt, an eighth of a teaspoon of salt. Which actually, I didn't put my salt in here now that I'm remembering, because I was going to do that with the adjustable measuring spoon. So I'm just going to put it to an eighth of a teaspoon, and put my salt in there. So I measured out my eighth on my adjustable measuring spoon like that, and see how easy that is. It's measuring an eighth for me. Put that in there. Okay. And vanilla is going to be a teaspoon of vanilla. So I could do a teaspoon of vanilla either in my tablespoon measuring spoon because it has a teaspoon on it, or my full-on teaspoon measuring. Tablespoon or teaspoon, either or I could use. So I'm just going to do a teaspoon of that vanilla. We have a great Madagascar double bourbon vanilla right now. I don't have it. But if you were to use that in this recipe, you would probably use half the amount because it's very intense. And it's just a fantastic kind of gourmet item to have in your kitchen. That's on my list to get, and I keep forgetting to get it. I need to get it. Okay, so we're going to whisk this together in a medium bowl. And I'm using my classic batter bowl. You guys, I use this batter bowl for everything. What I love about it is I love the shape of it, and I love that it has measurements all the way from 1 cup to 8 cups or 64 ounces, and it does both. And it also has on the other side milliliters and liters. So anyway, I'm going to whisk this around with my stainless steel whisk, which is another product I love. I have a lot of whisks in my kitchen. I feel like this one does the best job. A lot of my products I've had in the past have been OXO, so I'm surely but slowly replacing all of them for Pampered Chef. It's a beautiful whisk. Okay, and then we're going to whisk in the flour, and for the flour, we have a half a cup of flour. Okay, so I'm using my adjustable measuring cup for this. So what's great about these measuring cups are they can do liquid or dry, and they flip over. So, and they also have a great plunger function I'm going to show you. So I've got my flour in here, and I'm just going to plunge it out, make sure I get it all. Use my scraper to get the rest of it. So now if I want to use liquid, I can use liquid on this side. It's great for like your mayonnaises, your yogurt, stuff that you really need to get it out and not waste because it has a flat surface here when you plunge it and it all comes out. Okay, so now I'm going to whisk in my flour. I'm going to get my mix and scrape. Oh, by the way, December's gift, if you spend 80 or more, is a free mix and scrape. Our scrapers, I got to tell you guys, our kitchen stuff is just so amazing. I can't say enough good things about it, and I hope you get the feeling that I'm telling you the true story because I've had a lot of just kind of average, subpar kitchen products in my kitchen, and these products are making a big difference in my kitchen. So anyway, our Mix and scrape, this is a small size, is just fantastic because it actually just gets everything out that you need to get out. So I just feel like all these products help me waste a lot less in the kitchen. So anyway, I'm going to continue to mix, and I was just going to do the mix and scrape just to kind of get it. I want to get a nice smooth consistency here with no bumps. I think I'm almost there. Another great thing about these, the batter bowls that we have, are that these are really great because they have lids. So like when I'm making ice cream or something I need to prepare the night before, I need to chill in the fridge, these lids come in handy. And it's a great seal on the lid too. So, okay. So now what we're going to do is, now that that's all mixed up, we are going to take our butter. I have butter here. I have 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going to cut it up with my Santoku knife really quickly. And I'm just going to cut it one more time. This is going to go in the cast iron pan, and we're just going to kind of swirl it around before it goes back in the oven with the Dutch baby. And also, I'm going to do a little add in here because I have it on hand. Let me just grab something here. We have two cinnamons that are on special right now for the holidays, and they're only offered in the holidays. One is the Korintje cinnamon, which is a wonderful cinnamon. The Korintje cinnamon, and one is the cinnamon plus. Hold on one second, my vacuum is cycling. I need to turn it off. Hang on. Just gonna pause that. I just got a Roomba, so it was just recharging to cycle again. No crumbs in the kitchen. Love it. Cinnamon plus. So the cinnamon plus is really great because it has the Korintje cinnamon in it, but it has nutmeg, allspice, orange peel, cloves, and ginger in it. So what a great way to get holiday flavors in there with not having to get 20 different spices out, or whatever. How many spices did I say? 6 different spices out to make it. So that's the cinnamon plus, and then the Korintje cinnamon. It is just a really good cinnamon. I've been using it as much as I can in everything, you guys. So I'm actually going to put a little bit of it in here in my Dutch baby because I think that'll be sort of a nice flavor, and I just love cinnamon. So I'm just going to sprinkle some in there and mix it up again. And then I think we're about done. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my cast iron out of the oven, and we're going to swirl around this butter, and then we're going to pop it back in the oven, and then we can just chit chat while that's going on. By the way, also another product I love for the kitchen are these silicone mitts. They're just really easy to grab. My cast iron's really hot right now. I'm not feeling anything through it. They're also really great for the air fryer, which you guys, we use the air fryer every single day. It's replaced the toaster. It's replaced the toaster oven, our old air fryer. I use it way less. I use it more than I use the oven now. It's just a wonderful product, and I'll go over that for you in a little while too, because I think that's a great thing to get for the holidays as well. So we're going to take our butter in here, and we're just going to swirl it around on the cast iron. So we get a nice glaze there going on the cast iron. Just going to swirl it around. It's going to melt, see, because it's preheated. My oven is now preheated, which means I got to close my oven. It's not quite to 425 yet, so I need to wait probably a couple more minutes. So we have 4 tablespoons of butter, so it's a half a stick cut into pieces, so it's just melting in there all nice. I think cutting into pieces makes it go faster than if you had a big chunk in here. That's why we're cutting it into pieces. And so you can see we're going to have a nice butter coating on there. So this Dutch baby is going to be delicious. So now, once we put it in the oven, it says it's going to bake 20 minutes. And And then we're going to reduce it for another 5 minutes, the temperature to 350. I feel like my oven is super hot, so I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it at 15 minutes and see what's happening. Okay, so all my butter's melted. So now I'm going to go ahead and pour my mix in. You'll see we have this nice pour spout on the batter bowl. And we're just going to pour it in the pan. And then we're going to pop it in the oven. And see, the mix and scrape is going to get all of that out of there. I am a no waste zone person, for sure. Okay. And we're just going to pop that into the oven. And then while we're doing that, we're going to make our next thing to go with it. So there we go. So it's in there with that butter goodness in the oven. And I'm just going to snap a photo of that real quick. I don't know when's the next time I'll make a Dutch baby. See, my challenge in my house is that the food gets eaten. Because we're not super big eaters. Like, we don't eat like a ton all the time. So when I tend to make things, they tend to last a long time. So, okay, Dutch baby going into the oven. We're going to put it in on 425 for 15 minutes. And my oven right now is less than 425, so I'm just going to keep an eye on it and set my timer. And just kind of watch it that way. I'm going to eyeball it. Okay, so while that's going, next step we're going to do is we need to top it. So we're going to top it with strawberries and some blueberries. So for my strawberries, I actually went ahead and did this last night for time savings for prep. You would take half a cup of strawberries. You need to hull them. And here's a great way to hull them. This is our product called the Korintje. And what the Korintje does is just digs out that, stem and creates a nice surface for you like that. So we're just going to take these strawberries, and what we're going to do is we're going to put them in our quick slice and slice those up super quick. Grab a bowl to put them in. So I'm just going to line them up. It's one of my favorite products. I couldn't believe that there was a product like this that existed. I had no idea because I spend a lot of time cutting up fruits for my daughter, and I eat fruits a lot. We're trying to get my husband to eat more, but the journey is long. We cut up fruits and we have them around the house, and you see how easy that is, you guys? That just sliced up all those strawberries in one go. So I'm just going to pour them into a bowl here, and this is going to be for the topping for our Dutch baby. So I'll do the next round. So you know how long this would take you to cut these strawberries. It would take a while, right? You'd have to hull them. You'd probably use a paring knife to hull them. And then you'd have to slice them individually, one by one. And instead, I'm doing them all in one go. Okay? So there's my strawberries. Those are all done. Next, we're going to make whipped cream. Okay, this is one of my favorite products, a whipped cream maker. And what I love about it is if I were to make whipped cream normally, I would be taking out my big KitchenAid mixer and using that because I don't have like a small, medium mixer. And it would take a while. It takes, a good 10, 15 minutes to get a good heat on a whipped cream. So what this does for you is this allows you to make a small batch of whipped cream really easily. And I do have a guest who just got a blender, a host client of mine, and she used her blender for whipped cream. So I'm going to try that. So if you have bigger quantities of whipped cream, you can definitely do it in the blender. It's been tested and proven by my host client. But for small quantities and for just ease of use, this works great for many, many different sources. So I've got my whipped cream in a prep bowl already. So I'm going to add whipped cream, and I've got a cup in here. Nice heavy whipped cream. And I'm going to go ahead and, this is my powdered sugar shaker. I'm just going to open it up and get some powdered sugar out of it. This is another thing that reminds me of my grandma. She always had one of these, and I never had one, and I was so excited to get one. And I'm going to add a tablespoon of powdered sugar with my adjustable measuring spoon. Get a perfect tablespoon there. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla again into there. with my other adjustable measuring spoon. And then I'm just gonna put this lid on, and I'm gonna go ahead and pump. I'm gonna pump you up. Do you guys remember that? I'm gonna pump you up. I'm just gonna mix this all up until we get a good consistency. I always like to check it midway because then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not done yet, but it's already kind of getting there. You see that? It's happening. Gonna be a few more pumps and we'll be good to go. We're gonna pump you up. And we're getting some peaks. A little bit more to go. Move it closer to me. Ugh. Okay, I think we're there. Perfect. Look at those peaks, you guys. Isn't that amazing? I love this. I love this product. And what's great about it is I'll take the, I'm just going to pump it up a few more. That tastes so good too. Now you could add flavoring to this more if you wanted, like that pumpkin spice for whipped cream would be really yummy on this. Or cinnamon plus rather. And there we go. Look at those. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Way easier than getting out my KitchenAid. Okay. I'm sorry guys, I cannot eat. I cannot not eat whipped cream when I'm making it. So, we got our whipped cream. We've got our berries cut. And that's really it. Now we're just kind of waiting. We're going to dust it with whipped cream and top it with, powdered sugar and top it with whipped cream at the end when we're done. So we're all set there. Okay. What an easy thing to make for brunch, you guys. You could make it in the 10-inch cast iron. I mean, you can make it in the 12-inch cast iron too if you had more people coming. But I know we're all not having so many people around. So 10-inch works great. I gotta have some coffee. Okay. Let's see if we have any comments or questions and see who's here. Oh, I thought I saw Sandra, but she must have just left. Hi, Sandra. So, we've got our whipped cream ready to go. Our Dutch baby is baking in the oven. This is what I always call, this is my time to clean up and get organized. I told you about the different cinnamons that we have that are available just for the holidays. That's for the end of December. These are both available, along with the Madagascar double bourbon vanilla, which I still need to get for myself. So also the great thing about this whipped cream maker is that it has a lid. And so when I take the top off, and I'm going to take my mini skinny scraper and just get all the whipped cream off of there so I don't waste anything. Because that's a lot of goodness right there going on. Is I can pop it in the refrigerator to firm it up even more. Which I'm going to do. My kitchen's a little hot because I'm running the oven. And again, the mini scraper just gets in there and gets all the good stuff out. Okay. There we go. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead, put that in the refrigerator for a few minutes, and whip off the sides here. So quiet. My husband and my daughter are upstairs, I think, watching TV after breakfast today. Okay. Gonna pop that in the refrigerator for a few minutes. And see, you just store it like that, and you're ready to go. And this whipped cream, I cannot even. That's so good. So easy to make whipped cream yourself. No reason to buy that chemical stuff in the store. It's just so full of stuff that you don't need. And most whipped creams don't even hardly even have any whipping cream in them, which I kind of had this epiphany realization a couple years ago that so many of our foods never hardly even have the main ingredient that you need to have in them. So try to make your own if you can, because it tastes so much better and it's so much better for you. Is it fattening? Sure, but it's not that bad. It's not like you're eating a whole entire serving of it. You're having, a whole cup of it. You're having a couple of tablespoons, probably at the most. I had to finish my coffee, so I'm pretty tired today. So yeah, so that's the Dutch baby. That's it, you guys. And you see, I'm just sitting here waiting for my Dutch baby to cook. And in the meantime, I could be setting the table, cleaning up the mess, getting ready, getting ready for the next dish, and just kind of go from there. So while I'm waiting for that, let's talk a little bit about the air fryer, because I feel like I haven't talked about it that much, but it certainly is one of the most used products in my kitchen. So let's just talk about that for a minute. So the air fryer, so I used to have this really big Cuisinart toaster oven that I actually got for Thanksgiving last year on the Black Friday sale, because I really wanted a toaster oven and an air fryer. I really wanted an air fryer and I wanted a toaster oven. I just had this toaster. The toaster wasn't really that great. It was like an older toaster. We needed to get a new toaster, so I thought, why don't we get both? It was probably one of the most non-positive investments I ever made. I actually just got rid of it because it just didn't do anything really well. I guess it would bake well, but I wasn't really using it for that. I was really using it for the toast function and for the air fryer function. Very difficult to clean. The surface of it was very difficult to clean on the inside. It was large and cumbersome, so you couldn't tip it over. But this is what I love about our air fryer, is it's really easy to clean. So first of all, everything comes out really easily. And you can see to clean the grates very easily. And how I clean the grates is with our double-sided brush, which is really easy to do. Some baking soda at most I use. I don't use any chemicals in any of my products that I'm cooking with, because I am convinced this will get into my food. And then in the surface in here, it also has a non-stick tray. You don't put this in the dishwasher, but it wipes off and cleans really easily. So it catches all the crumbs easily. Inside, you just keep up with it by wiping every time you use it. And then, like for a deeper clean, I use baking soda, a paste of baking soda, water, and this brush, and just got in there and just got any areas of concern. I still have some baking soda still in here I need to get out. But and what's great about it is that the door comes off. So you can clean this door very easily over the sink. Wipe it. You don't want to submerge it in water or anything, because there are areas that water could get caught. But the door comes off. And then you can also flip this air fryer so easily to get in there and clean and see. I was doing it at nighttime, which probably wasn't the best idea, but I used a flashlight. If I held a flashlight in here and cleaned it, now would be a better time to do it. You just get in there and clean it, and it's so easy to clean. And everything comes off, you guys. Nothing stains in this air fryer. And then you would turn it the other way to clean it the other way. And if you had some stubborn stains in here, I would let the baking soda paste mix sit on there for a little while. Oh, probably a little bit of vinegar too. That would help. Baking soda, a little bit of vinegar, and water, and kind of make a paste of it. And then also, even before you clean it, pop a cup of water and vinegar, heat it up in the microwave for about, a minute so it doesn't overflow, whatever. And then close the door of the air fryer and put that in there so it creates a nice condensation, and that will loosen everything up. Don't run the air fryer. Just put the cup in there and let it go with a nice condensation so that it'll loosen up whatever is in there. I like to talk about accessories for the air fryer, because these are some ones that I use all the time, just giving the nature of this beast. And I mean beast because this thing is just a workhorse in your kitchen. One of the accessories I like is this double-sided brush. This is also good to have your kitchen in general, because it gets in the tiny spaces, and then this side, the pointy side can jab at stuff. So there's that. I highly recommend getting the mitts. Where did my mitts go? Oh, here they are. The mitts, because it's just really easy to open it up and grab things. Like, for example, the small, this is another thing I recommend, the Small piece of stoneware can go in and out of the air fryer too. So I would just put it on a tray here. If I wanted to put stuff on there, I put some chicken fingers in there the other day. And this is really easy for grabbing out because a lot of times you want to turn things midway. So these mitts are really good for that. In addition, our small, tiny spatula, our stainless steel mini spatula, that's kind of for cookies and pastries and stuff, is really great for it too because you can just grab in here and flip stuff over really easily with this little tool. So those are a couple things that come to mind. The other thing you could use if you have one is our 8-inch nonstick fry pan because it can go in the oven and the handle can remove. You can remove the handle like so. Sorry, I get it pushed down to get it off. Could be a little tricky sometimes. And this part can go into an oven. So this part could go into, if I take one of these trays out, this can go into the air fryer. Other things that could go into the air fryer, this is a really handy product, which is our freezer trays. So our freezer trays are great for freezing your ice cream after you make it or putting leftovers in it and freezing it. But these also will go in the air fryer because they're oven safe up to 450 degrees. And then when you're done, guess what? Put a lid on it and you're good. Let me go check my Dutch baby. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my oven was really hot, you guys. So my Dutch baby has exploded. So let's see what we could do with this Dutch baby now. Yeah, this will not be my good example of a Dutch baby. I should have watched it a little bit closer. But just to show you an example of what it would look like, the Dutch baby kind of just pops up like that, really beautiful, gorgeous. I'm probably just going to tear off the edges. I think it's still okay to eat. Get a little burnt on the edges. And you can see that, remember what I was telling you, how easy it is to flip up? It moves like that. See that, guys? That's the power of our cast iron. So now what I would do with this is I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes. So again, my oven cooks really hot. So know your oven. In retrospect, I should cook this probably at 375 for a little bit longer time and not do the 425. And I kind of wondered that getting started, how that would go. But it's cast iron, so it's going to sit out here and it's going to retain heat for a while. So it's going to cook the parts that need to remain to cook. I'm not going to put it back in the oven, but it's going to cook the inside a little bit more. And once it's done, we're going to serve it with the strawberries and the whipped cream. And it's still going to be good. We're just going to have the little charred edges here. In fact, I want to try it actually. Oh yeah, so good. Uncharred edges aren't really that bad actually. It's just a little bit darker than I would have liked it. And again, it's not sticking. So you can kind of see that. I can lift it really easily with my mini spatula. So I'm gonna let that sit for a couple minutes, and then we're just going to top it with the strawberries, whipped cream, and powdered sugar. It's good to go. Yeah, so that's how easy it is, you guys. And again, this is a good lesson of knowing your oven, of which my oven is always kind of a challenge. We've been in this house for 2 years now, but I still am having issues with understanding how fast and how accurately the oven cooks. I would say that, yeah, I would cook this at 375 next time. Or maybe even 400, and keep my eye on it. Cast iron retains heat and will heat up really quickly. Yeah. So I'm gonna let it sit here for a second. And I was talking about the air fryer. So yeah, so those are some great points about the air fryer and products and things that you can use to make it really easy and accessible in your kitchen. And again, it is one of the easiest products I've ever had appliance-wise to clean. Because it's just so easy to get into. So let's see if anybody else is here that joined. There's my Dutch baby. I really was looking forward to this, so I'm like picking it up. It's still so good. No, it's good like this. The edge of it, even though it's a little charred, has this like melt in your mouth consistency. So good. So you could serve it in another dish if you want, but our cast iron I feel like is beautiful enough that you could just go right to the table with it. Just make sure you have a right kind of hot pan on it. While that's going, the last thing I want to talk to you about today is my holiday offer. I'm going to make one more order for these before I close out sales on it. And the bow I do, by the way, is much more pretty than this. This is our holiday celebration cookie bowl. You would order these directly from me. I've sold 20 of them so far. I got 10 out the door, and my guest my client that bought the 10 said she loves it. And she was super happy with it, and the people that got it were just like, they were just so excited about it because not only did it have a complete cookie mix in it, but it had a beautiful bowl that they can use for after. And so when I showed you today the classic batter bowl, which is this bigger one, this is the smaller size, and this holds 4 cups. So what's great about this is, you know, you've got the lid on it and everything else. I make the ingredients in here for you. There's 10 dry ingredients in here. We're selling these for $25. You Venmo directly to me, and you can either pick up at my home or I can deliver it to your house. I just ordered another 5, so I have 3 more left to sell. And if I get enough orders, I would place another order. But I have 3 left to sell at $25 each. I've sold 22 of them so far. And the ingredients in here are just fantastic. It's got, it's 10 ingredients, you guys. So it's got, I should know it by heart by now. Granulated sugar, dried cranberries, semi-sweet chocolate, brown sugar, flour, powder, baking soda, salt, old-fashioned oats, and pecans or walnuts. I'm doing pecans. All those dry ingredients, that's 10, are in here. I make these myself at my home. I wear a mask and I wear gloves when I'm making them, so it's beautiful preparation for you. And the ribbon I'm using is much more prettier than this. It's a nice gold, just ornate, gorgeous ribbon that is just so beautiful for gift giving. And once again, I have 3 of them left now. If I need to order more, I will order more bowls. But for right now, I have 3 for sale, and they're $25 each. So if you're interested and you're in the Reno area, they're available for pickup or delivery. And you just let me know, and I'll get one made up for you. Some folks that have bought some just said, you know, they're, like I said, my friend who bought 10 gave them away to gifts as moms, and they just loved them. Because this is just going to be a great keeper in your kitchen. So once they make the cookies, you're helping them make cookies easily with the kids or whatever, and then you got a beautiful gift that you're giving at the end that keeps on giving with the small size batter bowl. So there's that. Okay, let's go ahead and finish up this Dutch baby. So all we're going to do is we're going to take our whipped cream, and I'm going to have some fun with this because I want to show you one more thing before we go. This is our easy accent decorator. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some whipping cream in here so that we can have some fun decorating. And our easy accent decorator comes with 6 tips, and it is the easiest thing to use. That's the reason why it's called the easy accent decorator. I'm just going to scoop some whipped cream out, and I'm going to put it in my easy accent decorator. Now the whipped cream is going to be a little soft, so it's going to be a little tricky. This is the messiest part of the easy accent decorator, is getting it in here. There's got to be a better way to do this, I'm sure. And I'm not doing it the better way. But I also wasn't planning on doing this, so this is kind of a last minute add. So we're going to go ahead and put all the whipped cream in there, or some of it anyway. So I can show you that. And I'm just going to put my, pump this out, push this out all the way until I can tell how much is in here. I'm going to wipe this because I know it might get stuck with that whipped cream in there. Just going to wipe it around just to clean off that surface so it doesn't stick. Okay, screw this on. And then I'm going to take the whipped cream and push it down like that. And then I'm just going to make some really cool, let's see if I can hold up the cast iron at the same time. And I'm just going to go like this, you guys. Watch how easy this is. Make some beautiful, easy, gorgeous design on here. And there's my whipped cream. See that? Like that. I'll take a picture of that. I think that's just such an easy thing to do. And then I'm going to put some strawberries on top. And I've got a half a cup of blueberries on here I'm going to put on top. And you can see how this would just be such a lovely, easy holiday dish to serve. You can see how you could easily, and then I'm going to put some powdered sugar on top with my powdered sugar shaker. You can even cover up that black part a little bit. And again, it doesn't even taste that bad. I can put a little bit more whipped cream in here. It looks like I'm out. I need to get some more. For some extra design, I could put some pumpkin spice on there if I want. I could put so many things on there. This is just such an easy, gorgeous thing to make. And kind of funny because this is my first time making it. If I would have made it for the second time, I probably would have known the trick about my oven not getting on so hot. But it's called How We Learn. And I tend to learn live with you guys, so there's that. As authentic as you can be, that's how I am. Okay, I want to take a picture of this really quick. So you can see how easy that is. And we'll just pump a little bit more design. See, I just pump really easily. No effort, you guys. No effort. I'm gonna pump a few more on here for some extra design. And I think we're done. Let's take a look at that. And let's take a closer look at it so you can see. That's it, you guys. Isn't that beautiful? So that's the Easy Accent Decorator for the whipped cream at the end, the cast iron. I'm going to cut this up with my little spatula here and serve up a bite. You can see how easily that's coming off. It's almost just like a little pizza bite, actually. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? How easy is that? So again, I need to have a bite. You always got to try stuff before you serve it up. Let's take a bite and see. Oh my gosh, you guys. Now just imagine. You could do apples with this. You could do caramel with it. You could do other fruits if you wanted with it. It doesn't have to be strawberries and blueberries. They're so good. And to show you, I'm even going to eat the dark part, the crunchy part. It's kind of cool. It's got an extra crunch. I wouldn't want it to be dark like that, but I'd have no problem serving it up otherwise. I love the end, actually. That was my favorite part at the end of it. Okay, you guys. That's how easy it is to make. So delicious. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's all I've got for you today. Let me know if you have any questions. Comment on here if you've watched this. Tell me a little bit about how you would make this Dutch baby yours. Personalize it. And tell me how your oven cooks. I'm curious to hear how your oven cooks. We definitely know my oven cooks on the hotter side. And just always be aware of what your oven is doing. And adjust as you need to. Okay, thanks you guys. My mission is to bring joy in your kitchen. I hope I brought a little bit more joy into your kitchen this morning with the Dutch baby. Take care.